board members who are Mr. McDonald Chimbizi and Mrs. Lorraine Munjeri. So this is the team which is coordinating Same Difference Support Hub.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our launch. And we really appreciate that you have managed to come and support this new baby that is just being born. We thank you for your support. We are seeing people from Zimbabwe, South Africa. My husband, you are connecting from Zimbabwe, my sisters from Zimbabwe, my nephews, my nieces, and our community in Greater Manchester. Thank you so much, our friends and families. Same Difference Support Hub was based in Manchester, Greater Manchester, but we are hoping to go beyond the borders if time allows, who knows. And we have been involved in doing community work around our community because we have realized that there's a lot of people who are struggling with issues in our communities because of COVID. So we have started this project to curb isolation during this pandemic and beyond as well. We have been helping with practical things, giving support practically, like food shopping, helping with prescription collection, filling in some forms for those who are elderly. And we can see that our support hub is covering from youngsters to old people. We are taking all in for the time being. And as well, in our community, we have realized people are struggling with health and fitness issues because people have been indoors for more than a year now. And people have developed so many diseases because there's no exercise. There's no time to go outside and exercise. But we are trying to support people through that. And we have, because we are our community, you can help us with ideas to go through that. And there's a lot as well, mental health issues going around. And I've been in mental health, I've experienced in mental health for about 7 years. And we can support through that. And then we can signpost as well to all other agencies if we can't deal with the situations. Also, we are supporting people with homework issues because we have realized most kids are learning from home and most parents, they are finding it overwhelming to teach people from home. So we are supporting as well as much as we can. We can't do all, but we can do so much. And with your help, we can do more as our community. And as well want to keep lines of communication open because we have seen that so many people are grieving because they've lost their loved ones. And there are so many people who are isolated, who live on their own, who don't have anyone to talk to. So we are just at the end of the line to talk to these people. If there's any physical need to visit and then just maintaining the distance that we are supposed to be keeping, we can help. So this is our vision. And we are hoping as a community, you are going to support us as you always support us. I'm handing over to Mrs. Mushonga. Thank you very much.
So we are going to introduce our speaker. Yes, and she is overthinking everything. And she is an author, she is a mother, she is an entrepreneur, she is a mentor, she is a woman of substance, she is everything that you can think of. So Molly, take it on.
Well, thank you so much. I didn't know I was old. I can't see myself. I don't know, can anyone see me?
Yes, we can see you.
Yes, we can see you.
Oh, that's good. I can't see myself, but that's fine. Good evening, everybody. It's an honor and a privilege to be invited to this amazing launch of a new project, a new charity that's starting. I'm so honored to be here, and thank you so much for starting a good thing. And I always base all my work or all my my charitable work on God's doing. So I pray that your charity will go so far and you'll be able to touch as many people as possible. So thank you so much. My name is Molly Oklonji. I'm a founder of a community organization that is based here in London called Women of Substance, that started in 2004 with the aim of helping and supporting and empowering young people, especially young mothers, because I was a young mom myself. So my background is teaching. I'm a qualified teacher. I've been teaching in the UK for the past, I think, 14 to 15 years. So during my teaching period, I used to see a lot of children, young girls especially, dropping off school because they are pregnant and falling into the system of this benefit system in the UK. So it touched my heart that when I stopped my teaching job due to family commitments in 2004, I was very, I'm a very busy person. So I found myself sitting at home and, caring for my children. But at the same time, I felt like there was a burning need inside of me that needed to do something. And every time I was always asking God, what can I do? And I think my thought was always going back to the struggles I had personally as a young mother. So I wanted to help other young mothers to just take their hand and uplift them to say, you know what, having a child at a very young age is not the end of you. You can achieve more. You can go back to school. You can go back, to employment. You can go back into education. You can further your career. You can further your studies. So how I did it is I started by organizing a parent forum at one of my children's school, where I gathered stay-at-home moms, and I was mentoring them and teaching them employability skills, and that's where Women of Substance started. And from there, we were acknowledged and recognized by the local authority where I used to live, about what we're doing. So we're given platforms, we're given spaces to be able to work, and a lot of networking with stay-at-home moms, especially young moms. So we started, having weekly, monthly networking events for stay-at-home moms in the local libraries. We were in about, I think, 13 schools where we're doing parenting classes, where we're doing a lot of other stuff as well. And during that period as well, we were also doing a food bank as well. That's when the food bank became popular. So while I was doing that, my financial struggle, my financial status became, compromised, because we were just having one salary, which was my husband's salary, and I needed to go back to work, but I didn't want to leave my community charity, like that, because I had gone far, and where the work that we're doing was having a very large impact on our local community with young people, women, and their families. So I was, I wanted to talk about volunteering, because all this I was doing through volunteering, although we're funded, but the funding was just enough for us to be able to help other people, but it wasn't enough to sustain for salaries, like for staff. So we volunteers. So I volunteered from 2004 to 2008, I think. And through volunteering, I gained a lot of skills. I think that's what I wanted to stress most about volunteering, because volunteering, usually people see it as working for free. I didn't, but now it's seen as if, it's a waste of time. You should get a job and stuff like that. But through that period where I was doing a lot of community work and volunteering, it opened a lot of doors for me. So one of the first doors it opened was that I was recognized by our local Citizen Advice Bureau. The director called me directly and said, Molly, we would like to offer you a job. And I was like, okay, what job am I being offered? She said, we want you to be a development and training manager. And I said, training, I can understand because my background is teaching, but the developing manager, that's what I don't understand, because I've never, been in business and stuff like that. But it was another way of an experience that got me to where I am today and to what I'm doing today. So I went to work for Citizen Advice Bureau because they recognized my charity work that I've done for the past years and the impact that it was having to local people. When I went to work for Citizen Advice Bureau, that was the period of when they were introducing the universal credit. So they wanted me to create some, information training so that we can go into schools to train people that were on a benefit, to raise awareness of this universal credit, because people didn't understand how it works. So I was actually an instrumental person in Citizen Advice Bureau in creating this awareness of the universal credit. So we were part of the people that were, giving information and raising awareness of what it is, because people were very scared because they didn't know how it was going to impact their lives. So again, it was an open door through the charity work that I was doing. This is a job I didn't apply for, but while I was there, the business development part of it, made me more confident in actually saying, you know what, I can actually do a business for myself, because through working at Citizen Advice Bureau as well, and through learning the legal aspect of things and how companies are run and how the legal side of businesses and charities work, I was able to get a lot of confidence in actually, when I stopped working there, I now created my own company, which is Help Hands. It's called Help Hands. We specialize in childcare, children with special needs. We work with local authorities. We work with private family. We are also an accredited enhanced family contact center. So we work with families that have been separated, and we provide a platform where they can see each other. So through those channels of volunteering and community work and everything, it got me to a place where I started my own business, and I was able to now support myself and support my family. So if I didn't go through that road of charity and working with people and meeting people's needs, my needs wouldn't have been met. So it's a two-way system. I would call it, as you're helping, you're also helping yourself. So that's why when Mrs. Mushonga approached me and said, "Oh, Molly, we want you to come and speak," I was straight away, I said, "Yes, I will," because I think what you're doing is amazing, and you will be, the fulfillment that you gain from the work of what you've already started doing, from what you were saying, Sarah, is amazing. And there are so many people that are going through, especially with this pandemic, a lot of things, and you have touched on isolation, mental health, and mental health is something that is very close to me as well. So it's amazing to see what you're doing in Manchester. And yes, so that's my story. So I am a childcare specialist. We work with a lot of families as well that go through. So my charitable side of me never goes, because we always meet a lot of needs in regards to the people that we work with, the parents, the children, and so I was so happy to be invited and to share my stories and how we've worked as well. Through that as well, we're able to be recognized in the sense that we won a lot of awards in our local area, and one of them was the Barra Award, Bucking and Dagenham Barra Award, which was, the most prize position, and that award that says thank you for everything, that of the work that we are doing. We still very much operate women of substance and work with different communities. We are focusing more on a Romanian community that we are working, because one of my partners is from Lithuania. So we have a Romanian community that we are currently supporting at the moment. So yeah, so I'm so excited about your project.
I would say there is a lot of charity work in London which goes on, and I had the privilege to attend one of your seminars with the Mayor of London, with Dagenham, and which was quite an event, and it was insightful, and we're so motivated. And I would say to everyone, Molly, I'm just going to share, it's not a secret now because it's out there on Amazon, but Molly used to be size, what size were you, Molly?
Oh my God! You know what? All this, I think, is it's the road of me working with people in the community and working with a lot of women drove me to I think to where I am and building my character to where it is now. Because I was a size 26, very low esteem, very low confident person. Yeah, but from a size 26 to a size 14.
Yes, so what I want to draw, why I am talking about that, because as Sarah mentioned earlier on, one of our purposes is to promote well-being, both physically and mentally. So I just want you to talk a little bit more about your experience, because I didn't say, I am mentioned in Molly's book. She wrote a book which is on Amazon, and the book is called Beauty Within.
Beauty Within, I'm just looking for it.
Yes.
I've got the original manuscript.
So she wrote a book and it's called Beauty Within. This is based on her personal experience from a size 26 to a size 14. And what we have, most of us, been going through during this pandemic is gaining weight. Myself, a lot of people who are here know me. I used to be a size in the 20s. And then I went down to a size 12, 14. But unfortunately, because of less movement during this pandemic, from last year in March until now, I have sort of picked up again, which, having experienced life on the other side, it's a little bit uncomfortable. So this is why we have embarked on this journey, so that we can all walk through the journey together. So helping each other, to gain that self-confidence and feel the beauty within us, again. Because I'll tell you, when I went to size 12, 14, I felt like a teenager. So right now, I feel like a very old lady. But I know, with the community helping each other, the community standing by each other's side, and we will hopefully go back and feel like how we felt before the pandemic. So it is both mentally and physically, if we can help it. So this is why we are here. So I'm just going to ask if you can spend probably a couple of minutes, or just to explain, or just to take us through your journey, when you were in the upper 20s of your size, especially on the plane.
Okay, yeah, so my book, I don't know if anyone can see it from there. It's called Beauty Within. This is just the draft copy that I did. It's on available on Amazon. Yeah, so my book is actually my personal journey with what I call my love and hate relationship with food. So it's more of body. I wanted to raise more awareness on body shaming, because there are some things that, as a big person, you go through without people even knowing that it's hurt your feelings. So for example, being commented on all the time, oh, you have put on weight, oh, you're so big and stuff like that. Those things can also hurt people mentally as well. There are so many reasons for people being the way they are. So unless somebody really knows that person, you can't judge a book by its cover. There are so many reasons. It's not just, overeating that causes people to be overweight. It's not for the lack of, exercise sometimes that people are overweight. So there are so many different reasons for people being overweight. So I wanted to raise awareness of this judgment or body shaming that people do, because I was body shamed a lot growing up. So it talks, my book talks about from the time I actually acknowledged that I was bigger. I think that was when I was around 13 or 12 when I developed, my breasts before my other friends. So from there, it's something that just ate in my mind, and it's something that I think I just thought, you know what, I'm big, I might as well just stay big and stuff like that. And so I developed this love and hate with food. Why I say that is because I used to binge eat. I used to eat inappropriate times, sorry. I used to eat inappropriate food sometimes, but it's I think the one of the key things is to acknowledge your problem, the issue first, and deal with the issue, and then deal with the weight later. So my issue was the food eating, the times that I was eating the food and what I was eating, how I was eating it. So I needed to for me anyway, to seek professional advice in dietitian and professional people. So my dietitian and is the one that helped me to eat properly, because sometimes we think we are eating properly, but we are not. Sometimes you hear people saying, oh, but I don't eat, but I put on weight. But that's the problem, because if you don't eat, you will put on weight, because your body will store the food, because it doesn't know when it's going to eat next. So what I've learned in my journey, it's been 3 years now, I've learned that you can eat everything. You can eat absolutely everything you want, but it's just the amount, the portions that you eat, and the times that you eat, and also the drinking a lot of water. So I've learned in my 3 years to eat everything. I eat everything, name it, I eat it, but I just eat small portions. I think that's what helped me. So it's not just about eating, it's about the mental being of your mind as well, setting your mind and telling your mind that something needs to change, and resetting your mind, I think, in regards to your relationship with food. So that was my change. Is just changing my my mindset in regards to food, and how I see food, and how I view food. I love food. I'm still a foodie. I eat a lot. I still eat, but it's the amount of food that I eat, the portions of food that I eat, I think, and just changing my mindset towards food.
Thank you so much.
Does it answer your question?
It does, and it's just to inspire all of us, because I think it's very important, because it's one of our, like I said before, it's one of our objectives, or something that we want to achieve within the community.
I think the thing is not telling people not to eat. I think that's the most of our barriers, because the you want to eat it. So I always tell people that ask me, Molly, what can I do? I tell them, eat. And they look at me and say, what are you talking about? I'm telling you that I'm overweight because I'm eating. But that's the secret. Eating makes you lose weight. Because we are supposed, our body is designed to eat. It's our fuel. So we need that food, but it's just knowing how to eat. I eat 12 times a day. Can you believe it? 12 times a day. But it's how I eat it. I eat very small portions at a time.
Yeah.
And not rushing your food, and taking a lot of water. So the secret is eating, because when you don't eat, if you don't eat your 3 meals a day, your body will go in the mode of storing the food. And when you store food, that's what makes people big.
I'm going to hand over now to Mr. Chimbizi, who is one of our committee members.
Thank you, Mrs. Mishonga, and welcome everyone to this auspicious occasion where we are celebrating the birth of a brand new baby, a community objective, a project that puts the citizens at the wheel. We are still in the middle of a pandemic. We are still, we don't know when we are coming out of it, but together we'll make it. Thank you. So what a Support Hub is doing today or launching today, it's not a competition with anyone, but we are complementing existing efforts that are being done by other organizations out there. So at this juncture, I'm just gonna allow 5 people, I'm gonna select randomly on the screen, just to give out a congratulatory message. If you can just take 10 seconds just to wish the club well, and any words of wisdom that you may want to.
Good evening, everybody. Just want to say congratulations to everybody, all the founders of this project. And it is my prayer that may the Holy Spirit lead you, may He guide you, and may you change many lives, and may you make a difference in our community. Congratulations, all the best. We love you. Mwah.
The next segment is called Scavenger Hunt. So I'm looking at the screen, everyone, so no cheating, nothing. Everyone stand a chance to win. I'm in a secure location, so my family members stand a chance to play as well. They don't know the answers. So what you need to do is you need to switch on your camera. I'm gonna shout out an item and you need to look for it. And the first one to show it on the camera, I will note them down. So whoever has got most points will win our first gift card for £25. So I'm gonna start now. So you have to shout and show the item on the camera. First item is salt.
Switch
on your cameras. Whoever finds the first, show it on the camera.
Stand it.
The next one is a towel. Towel. Let's look for a towel. Looking on the screen.
Got it.
Next item is a fork. Fork.
I got one. I washed the dishes here.
Okay, that's Amisha Chimbizi. Right. Item is a bank card. Bank card. Right, Tandy. Okay, Tandy, you got that one. Thank you. A left shoe. I need a clear winner tonight. £25. Pamela got it. Sorry, Tandy. You were beaten by a whisker. So our gift card winner for £25. Actually, I'm in a good mood. So the first one is going to Pamela, the second one is going to Tandy. All right, fair enough. So one final piece, if you still got time.